Yeah, she just turned and gave him a little get over here. Is that Agnes? All right, so the area behind me is where the camper was. It's been there for a while, but I've got on the 13th of May, right, we're doing our poultry harvest workshop. And so what I wanted to do was move the harvesting process to this area. But it's a lot of dirt right now, which is not a bad thing. What I'd like to do is see if I can get some cover on it. So I went and bought some grass seed. I bought two. I bought annual ryegrass, which the reason I bought that is because it grows really fast. All right, so 3 to 5 days, you're going to start having green come up. You know, in a week, it's starting to get a little bit more in there, and I'll overseed it so it's thick and it just kind of makes the area more appealing to work on. But then also I bought some bahia, which is a perennial that does really well down here in Florida. And so I'll plant some of that in there too. So as that starts to come up over time, that usually takes longer, like 3 weeks before you start to see stuff happening. So that way I'll just have a really thick bed of grass in those areas. And then I'm also going to do it around the sides of the pole barn so that's less risk of erosion when it rains. So that's my plan for what I'm doing here. Yeah, it doesn't take long if you got all the stuff. I don't know if it shows up, but you can just see the blue is the bahia seed. And then the rye seed is just, you know, it's down there somewhere. Somewhere, I know it is. I put a whole bunch down. So I came over here, I got all the way to the edge of the ramp. And then around this corner, which was already starting to experience some washout. So hopefully, you know, we'll get some grass growing there before too long. Grass seed's expensive though. You guys bought grass seed anytime recently? I mean, that 10-pound bag of rye, which is an annual, right? That means you plant it, it grows, it dies, that's it. Nothing ever comes back. And then you have to replant. That was 29 bucks for that bag of 10-pound bag of rye. The bahia, which was a variant called Pensacola bahia, I couldn't tell you the difference between that and the Argentinian. But they're perennial, so they'll keep coming back year after year after year. But that 7-pound bag was like $53. Dude, better grow. All right, this side's getting a really good soak for its first time. All right, give it a run over here for a little bit, cover this area. Water in the pad now. All right, got it all watered. The instructions say I'll need to do that 3 times a day. So that just becomes part of the daily cross check. It, you know. So when I come out and take care of the animals in the morning, I'll set it up and get it watering. When I do my afternoon chores, I'll do it again, and then in the evening, I'll do it again. We just got to get that stuff to germinate and start growing. And once it gets up to a couple of inches, it should be good to self-sustain from that point. Self-sustain. Hello, Mommy. This is in our backyard. She got 2 cubs. Yep, she's definitely the one who knocked over the feed last night. Yeah, she just turned and gave him a little get over here. Is that Agnes?
No, Agnes I thought was bigger.
She ain't small.
No.
Big girl, you guys need to keep moving. Dude, you're in the trash. Come on. Your heart racing a little bit?
Perhaps.
Perhaps. She's sitting over there. She just sent him up the tree. Come on, you guys. I know you're stressed. I know. Dude, I hear you hissing. While we were off camera, I fired one warning shot because she was coming into the barn. But her two cubs are up that tree, so she's not going anywhere either. So we're gonna sit and stare at each other for a while. And my dumb cat was right there in front of the bear. Morning after, and mama bear and cubs are nowhere to be seen, so that's good. They'll probably pass through a couple more times before they move on. We'll just have to make sure we keep everything locked up, no food or anything out, like you know, chicken feed and that kind of thing. Nice setup. Everybody's conveniently aligned. We got the big coop with the big girls, but they're right next to the little coop with the younger girls who are about ready to integrate with the rest of the flock. So I have 5 pullets in there and 1 young rooster. Somebody has, we've decided we're going to sell the rooster to another farmer who's interested in sort of getting some diversity in the genetics in his flock. So he's going to come get him. We didn't sell him for much, just, you know, something so you can say you did. And then over here, so that'll be this weekend. And then when that's done, the big girls will be about ready to move again. And the night before that, we'll integrate the pullets with the rest of the flock there. And then here we have our broilers, the meat birds. And so we still got our harvest class coming up on the 13th of May for that, or the poultry workshop. And we got some folks signed up, but there's still a few spots left. But let's take a look at them. They're getting to a good size. All right, broilers getting bigger. Ran into a small problem with my chainsaw, and it was self-induced, self-inflicted. So when I'm cutting and I get stuck for whatever reason, and I can't, you know, get the chainsaw loose, I will take my reciprocating saw and I will cut into the branch or the trunk or whatever in order to provide some space for me to get the chainsaw out. Well, it appears that at some point in the past, recent past, I was doing that and I managed to put that little cut right there. So this is the reservoir. There's the fill port. This is the reservoir for the bar and chain oil, which automatically gets dispensed to keep the chain lubricated and moving and help keep it cool and functional. So that is now non-usable. I have a couple of choices on how I can fix that. Assuming that it's still gonna work, I got some JB Weld. It's a plastic bond. I'm just gonna mix it up a little bit and then just put it over that hole and give it a chance to dry up. And that should do the trick. Hopefully that should do the trick. I've used this stuff for several other applications in the past. It's pretty good. Hopefully I got enough in here and it's not all locked up on itself. So we'll see what happens. Come on, get out. Stuff's pretty old, so I don't have enough in there. It's supposed to be 15 minutes until it sets. We'll see. You know, if it needs to be done again, then I'll just have to go buy some more and start over. Piece of cake. Yeah, it's the next morning, and that epoxy I put on there is still a little bit gummy, so clearly the mix didn't work. So I'm just gonna go get some more stuff and then pick all this out and start over again. Yeah, this application's gone a lot better. Yes, this gets tacky and stringy really soon after it's mixed, and it's already starting to firm up. I think that's going to do a lot better job. Yep, that'll close that up nice. Yeah, the grass is starting to grow. It's not much. Early chia pet stage. Yeah, starting to come in there. Thinner in other places. The area that floods, that I thought I was damaging it, is where it's all growing. So I'll get back over here and water it some more. Well, my patch job on the tank seems to be holding okay. It's dry. And I sharpened the blades, or the chain rather. Many things crawling on me. I sharpened the chain. It was doing all right, but you know, I had washed the thing and I took a little bit off the depth gauge, the depth guide on the chain, which is between the teeth. There's like this intersection, right? And there's a little thing that looks like a tiny wave cresting. And that's to make sure that the chain doesn't bite too deeply into the wood. And so I was getting like a heavy, like a sawdust type of thing when I was cutting previously. And so one of the things I read was if you take that down just a little bit, now your teeth are gonna start biting a little bit more wood. Well, on one or two teeth, I got it a little deeper than the rest. And so every once in a while, it grabs on me. Come on, guys, get off me. But otherwise, it seems to be cutting all right. The chain is a little bit loose too. So when I was trying to come in at an angle to do my, to take that bite out of the front so the tree will fall in that right direction, I would get going and then the chain would kind of start to cheat, you know? And so it was not super helpful. So I just got to keep an eye out for that. I'm just going to fill it up and go out here and just finish cleaning up these trees that I did cut down. Get them sorted and separated, cut into piles, and then I'll probably call it. You guys don't need to watch that. That's it from here. Talk to you guys later.